Hi everyone in English 2323, it's Dr. E and I am here to welcome you to the course and to a new semester. I hope you are bringing all your energy and hopefully some excitement to get started with our class. These are weekly videos that will just be here to support you through each week's assignments, right? So I will always show you where to go and what to do in these videos. And additionally, there may be some supplemental videos, and there are also instructional videos for each of our major assignments. Please note that it is week 1 and I'm kind of getting over a virus. So I promise to bring more energy next time, but you know, I'm doing what I can and I'm here for you, right? All right, this is what D2L should look like when you're able to log in. There is a welcome announcement here that has a link to the D2L walkthrough video. That's kind of the first thing you'll want to do before anything else is watch that so you kind of familiarize yourself with what D2L looks like, where we will spend a majority of our time in the app, all that kind of stuff. All right, I'm going to go up to the top here and click on the content area. This is where we'll spend all of our time essentially, or where we can access all the things that we'll need. So remember, from the walkthrough video, we go through some of these different modules. Make sure that you're taking some time to look through those and to just get comfortable, because when you first open everything up, it's a lot of information. It can feel overwhelming if some of you are more about the one step at a time mentality. Just know that every week we'll have an additional weekly module that has everything lined up, although you do have a schedule that's set up, and you can find that not only here as something that you might want to review this week, but also in the syllabus schedule and rubrics module. Please note that I only have the first, I think, 5 weeks of the course set up because I always need to see what our pace should be. So at that 4 to 5 week point, I can look and say, okay, we're moving faster than I thought we would. We can change this, or change our timeline. So that's just, we're in kind of our trial period. So just keep that in mind. All right, this is what every week is going to look like. It's going to have, this comes directly from your schedule, right? So on Monday, everything is available for that week. So we have the introduction video, the weekly video. I want you to take some time to review the syllabus. I typically do a syllabus video, but it's pretty boring for me to just sit and read that information to you, but I will probably try to film one of those maybe for next week, just so that I make sure to hit on those, those most important elements to be sure that there aren't any questions about those. The prompt is posted for a discussion, and those are always going to be due on Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. So remember, for our course, Thursdays and Sundays are our due dates, right? So if you need to work ahead, you know that Thursday and Sunday are those days. If you need to set a calendar reminder, do whatever it is you need to do to make sure that that's kind of becoming ingrained in your psyche, right, when it comes to our course. We do have a course survey. It's not due this week, but I am putting it here if you wanted to work ahead on something like that. The link is here. It's just a form. And it just asks for some background information. I'm the only one who's going to see it, so I don't share that with anybody. So if you get to it and you think, oh, these questions are kind of personal, it's just for me. You do have what I call a mind map assignment, and that's due Sunday, as well as the weekly quiz. So this week actually looks very similar to what we are going to do throughout the semester. Discussion post on Thursday. I'm asking you to respond to 2 of your colleagues in that discussion post, but I want you to note that when there's a plus sign before and after the points, that means it's optional, right? So you don't have to do that, but here and there, I'm trying to offer a few bonus points, that kind of thing. So again, you don't have to take your time to do that. If you do respond to your colleagues, make sure you are being thorough. You show that you've read what they've shared. It can't just be a quick 2 to 3 word response, right? Show that you're invested. This is supposed to be like a conversation we're having with one another, right? You have a mind map assignment that's due on Sunday as well, and you have a participation quiz, which just means quiz. It's just a quiz showing that you've watched the videos, you've completed the assignments, essentially that you've participated in the course. you'll note that the points values are kind of low, and that's how we'll start. We start lower, and then as you start to get used to the course, you start to get used to the assignments and what my expectations are, those numbers will increase as we go. It just seems fair to go that way. This is all due next week, so if you want to, again, read ahead, do any of that, you can always look in the schedule, but I wanted to include that just so that you have a view of, you don't have any reading or anything that's due for this week. Your quiz is solely going to be based on all the videos and information from the assignments, okay? So again, I note this in the D2L video, but wanted to hit on it. This means nothing. I'm at this 28.57%. That doesn't mean that 28.57% of the work has been done or that anything is complete. This just means that you've clicked on something and gone there, right? So if I click on Q&A and go to the Q&A discussion board, which I hope you take advantage of, and then if I go back to week 1, oh, it's still the same. It should not be the same. So if I go to the discussion, watch, is going to be the same. And go back to week 1. Okay, anyhow, you'll see this when you go and work through it. This is not indicative of anything, so I don't really know why they include it in D2L, but don't rely on this to show what you've completed. That's not what this is doing. A link to the Q&A discussion board, the D2L intro video, which you should already have watched by now, right? And what you're watching right now will be number 2. So each week we'll have a to watch, to review, and to do section. So this week I really want you to spend some time with the syllabus. That's actually part of your assignment for the mind map. And then look at the schedule. And please note, if you find anything questionable, if the dates are wrong, if the instructions aren't clear, anything, please let me know. Again, I have reviewed it. But I'm not perfect, right? I don't expect anybody to be perfect when it comes to their writing without having input. So y'all are providing me with that feedback and peer reviewing. And my brain is very foggy. So reach out to me, let me know. All right, the first thing to do, and so you'll see a check mark here because I clicked on this. It doesn't mean that work is done. I don't know why D2L does this. So our first discussion is just introductions. So I have a list of questions here, and you can feel free to number your responses. You can do this however you'd like. I've included instructions on how to start a thread if you aren't super familiar with the discussion board. I also encourage you to use Grammarly. Like, why not use tools that are available to us? I am not saying use Grammarly to utilize the AI feature or to use ChatGPT to complete your work. No, I'm saying Grammarly can help with grammar, right? The only thing I can give you a grade on is based on what you submit here. So try to make it your best possible work, and Grammarly or the tools in Microsoft Word can help, ensure that you're submitting your best work, okay? So I just asked some questions about you, some background, and then I ask you to upload a picture. So here's a link if you have questions about how to do that. I've also included my own introduction just to give you an idea. So if you click on this, mine is longer. You don't have to have this much information. I'm an English person. This is how we do. So you can look at my responses, but in no way do you need to respond to me. I sometimes get students who feel like they have to respond to everything I may put in D2L. You absolutely do not. This is just to help you with an example. All right, so you'll write yours. If you go to reply to others, just click reply to thread. All right, the next thing is going to be due on Sunday, and that is your mind map assignment. So if you click on that, again, I've laid out the information and the directions for you. I've given you a basic template for the mind map assignment. You're basically just going to look at the syllabus and use that as the source. So in the future, we'll take a chapter or a specific reading and complete a mind map assignment associated with that. But I want you to kind of use the syllabus as your weekly reading, right? I want you to figure out 4 of the main important elements of a syllabus that you're looking for and what you found in our syllabus. So why is this information important to you, right? So if you're a person who every syllabus you need to focus on how grades are distributed, then put that here and explain why it's important to you. If you're a person who really needs to know about the attendance policy, put that here, and why it's important to you. What in our syllabus does it say about those things, right? So you'll put that into a Microsoft Word document or a PDF, either or, and upload. And this is actually one week where if you want to handwrite the response, you are certainly welcome to do that and upload like a picture of it, a JPEG. In the future, they'll need to be typed up. And if you do handwrite it, please make sure it's neat, or as neat as you can be so I can read it, right? Then when you go to submit, you just click upload. Excuse me, and then you'll search for the document when it brings up, right, the list of all your stuff. And just be sure to submit, to click submit. So once you upload a document, you'll see the submit button. And D2L will send you a confirmation email when you submit any work in the assignment area. All right, the last thing is going to be the quiz, and that is just based on everything. It's based on this video, it's based on the D2L video, it's based on the assignments, it's based on the syllabus, so make sure you've looked at the syllabus, even have a copy of it handy, and then you'll click Start Quiz. You are allowed to take it as many times as you need. It's pretty straightforward, so it shouldn't take that many attempts, but take what you need. All right, y'all, I'm really looking forward to our semester. I hope you are as well. I hope you're not feeling too overwhelmed, but I know the first day, and especially the first week with online courses, can just be a lot. So hang in there. Let me know what you need. Help each other out in the Q&A discussion post, and I'll be back with more videos next week.